DJ Uzi, DJ Uzi. DJ Uzi, DJ Uzi.
Any doping at your back.
Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I have not posted in a while, but obviously if you're my subscribers, you know that. I could not let the year end without me saying Happy New Year's and making a video of my New Year's resolutions. Typically, I don't really make a New Year's resolution list, but I'm like, why not? This year, you know? Let's see and reflect next year to see if I actually accomplish the things that I set out to accomplish. But once again, I want to say to everyone who has subscribed, who has viewed my videos, who is watching this video right now, Happy New Year's, and get ready for some of my New Year's resolutions. And if you guys would like to share any of your resolutions in the description box, or if there are any that are similar to my own, then also comment. I love to engage with the commenters on my video. So let's get into the video. My first resolution is to create better boundaries. I feel like a lot of the times we have our boundaries crossed a lot of the time, possibly in our lives, if you haven't set some for your own. And you can get lost in that, just finding out what you're comfortable with. And a lot of the times, if you don't have boundaries, then you can find yourself in situations where you're not as comfortable, or you find yourself accommodating for others, even at the expense of your own boundaries. Well, not lack thereof in that case, but I want to create more boundaries and see things that are comfortable for me, what's not comfortable, and being able to communicate that further. And I guess that will lead into my second resolution, which is to be more straightforward. I feel like a lot of the times I'm over-explaining myself. I'm saying more words than I need to, which you can see now I'm rambling. But, you know, obviously this is something that I would like to work on. But just being more straightforward and clear on my messages that I'm trying to send without boring my audience, whether that's professors, my viewers, anyone in my life, family, friends, just to simply be more straightforward with my message and my vision. My third resolution is to truly put myself first. It goes kind of hand in hand with my creating boundaries, but this is more so I find myself a lot of the time trying to make others more comfortable rather than really sitting in really analyzing my own feelings towards things. Is always how the other will feel rather than how I simply feel. I am in charge of just myself in general, and I control kind of what energy I like around me, or what makes me uncomfortable and how I react to that uncomfortableness. And because I'm the person feeling these feelings, then I am in charge of making sure that I am fine in the end with whatever is going on in life. And it can be as simple as, if I don't want to go somewhere, then being more assertive with myself, not trying to push myself to do things that I don't want to do, and being okay with that. Not thinking so much within my own anxiety of, oh, what does this person think because I said this and that. Like, man, to be in my head is to be on a roller coaster. But, you know, I'm working with my anxiety itself, but that is definitely another good thing, big thing that I would like to work on. Simply putting myself first and acknowledging when I don't want to do things. And not even just simply when I don't want to do things, but literally anything. If I don't feel like it's uplifting me or serving me, then it's simply, no, I can't do this. This doesn't serve me. My next resolution is to read more books, and read specifically more Black authors, rather than be Black women, even though I would like to read a lot more Black women artists and just anything black. Because, I love my black people. But I feel like a lot of the times just growing up, you're not given access to that type of material just to learn about black history and being very ignorant to a lot of things that we don't know. So that's the reason for books being there, articles being there, just this chance to learn. And me being able to read will really, I think, help more in my life, just becoming more knowledgeable, expanding my vocabulary, being able to argue my points on whatever that may be. And also with me reading more books, becoming more knowledgeable, having my mindset have the ability to expand and to better empathize with others' opinions who may be different than my own. So just this journey in the next year of reading more books and becoming comfortable with different authors and more of their works, I think this will be great towards my growth. My next resolution is to live in my truth. You may be thinking, what does that mean to live in my truth? It encompasses basically some of the things that I've already said, but I feel like some of the time living in this mainstream media, social media platforms, you feel like a lot of the time that you have to condense who you are as a person in order to feel validated or accepted by others around you, and conforming in some sense a part of yourself in order to be desirable for others. I would love to be more comfortable with just my own ideas and how I feel about myself, and be able to put myself out there. And when I say put myself out there, it could be networking. It could be a very intimidating process to put yourself out there, and for the possibility of rejection. Just because you're rejected in any sense doesn't mean it's a negative, but it could be a growing opportunity, and just becoming comfortable with being uncomfortable. And not uncomfortable in a toxic way, but uncomfortable in the sense of building towards a better future, a better tomorrow, career, anything that goes positive towards that. And not staying in this little box that I created for myself. This slightly shyness, but also outgoing. So putting my foot forward and, living in my truth. My next resolution is finally taking my trip to Bali. Many of you may not know, but it's been a dream of mine to go to Bali, and I was supposed to go this year, but a lot of things happened whereas though that did not happen. I will explain it in my future Bali vlog, but this year is my year. I am going to take this trip of sereneness, my spiritual awakening, my journey. This is the trip, and it will happen this year, planned by moi. And I'm just so excited because it's something that I have really wanted to do, and I feel like it just hasn't happened. So it has to happen into this new year, especially before I go to law school, because that's on what? Period. Yeah, I'm not going to law school. But my next resolution is to grow my YouTube community. And I know right now I'm in this phase of my law series, and I probably gained a lot of subscribers due to my law series and just my journey getting to law school. But I also would like to definitely include content of just things non-law school related, and more so my personality, my views, my thoughts, and just you guys getting to see me in a different light that you probably don't get to see, because I'm always talking about law school. Law school is not my life. I'm not even in law school yet. But I would just, delve into other things. I'm reading this book right now that I definitely will do a review on, and it will be a taste of my own viewpoints like I'm talking about now, and possibly anything else that I learn or see, or probably trending topics in the media or controversial topics that are currently trending, I would like to give my opinion on that and to be able to look at these opinions, even if they change, that this is how I felt in that moment. And even if it continues or if it doesn't, to be able to grow from these different viewpoints that I may have, and to not be hard on myself for whatever reason, because this is me. I'm human. I have the right to have evolving ideas, but that's besides the point. I'm not getting straight to the point again, but definitely I see so much more for my YouTube page, and just I would love for my community to grow and to learn from different subscribers, and just more interactions with the community, and you know, playing with our minds. Like, not playing with our minds, but you know, picking each other's brains more, so I should say. My next resolution is to decrease my time on social media. If any of you guys have an iPhone and you get that little purple message every Sunday that says what your screen time was for the week, and you see that time, you be sitting there like, who spent that much time on my phone? Oh no. That is something that I definitely would like to get better at. My job is my job, I work from home, and I have a lot of screen time just with that. So to come from work and to have all that extra screen time, it's just not good. I already can't see. And it doesn't help the amount of screen time that I am putting towards myself in order to worsen it. I want to find other hobbies, do different things such as reading, like I was saying, in order to decrease that time and to really spend my time in more other places. Like scrolling on social media, it can get very repetitive and very boring very quickly. And you know you have a problem when you click off of Instagram just to get back on Instagram. Like, what is going on? What kind of mind control is going on? But definitely decreasing my screen time and using my time more valuably, that will be more productive just to my own personal growth, no matter what that may be once I figure it out. But simply just spreading my time doing more things. It could be having face-to-face action with different people, talking to people in person, like I said, reading, anything. So that is a very big goal. And I feel like with my screen time, a lot of it comes from during the day, well, more so at the work as well, and at night. So definitely decreasing that. My next resolution is to dedicate more time to self-care and figuring out what I would like in my different self-care routines. Right now, I am trying out just like doing a skin routine every night. I have stopped doing that every night. I was really strong in the beginning, but I definitely still do it. But I don't want the self-care routine to feel like it's a task, but something that's natural and that really makes me feel good after a long day of work. And it doesn't have to be the same thing that I'm doing repetitively, but just doing something that's going to contribute or lend to my own self-care each day, no matter how small or how big. Definitely self-care is something that I feel like should be at the forefront. It should be talked about because, man, work, trying to juggle all these things that go on in your brain, in your head, you need a break. I'm talking to you, Yana. You need a break for my future self. But yeah, for sure, figuring out more things that lend to my self-care and what I consider self-care, and just growing that interpretation for myself, what that means to me, what it looks like. My next resolution is to become more healthy in all aspects of my life. That may be physically, mentally, my work-life balance, working on dedicating time to my own health. And currently I'm already in therapy, so my mental health is consistently evolving. Having somebody to talk to who can understand my experiences, I'm good on that front. But to continue on with these methods and continue on my homework for my mental health, physical wise, meal prepping, going to my Pilates classes still, possibly hitting the gym, doing things that will make me feel good overall. And not only in that aspect, but having a full night's rest as well. I feel like people don't really understand the importance of a good night's sleep and how it can affect your day to day simply by being tired. I've experienced a good night's sleep and woke up like, man, I actually feel good this morning. And how that can just dictate the rest of your day. So simply being able to get on a better sleeping schedule, making sure my mental health is still fine, and becoming more healthy, not only in diet, but in physical activity as well, since I do such a sedentary job. My next resolution is starting my podcast with my best friend. Our podcast, I should say. Starting our podcast, getting a schedule, and that will be another platform where you can see my ideas along on this page. And once it comes out, I'm gonna promote that journal here. But if you would love to hear about just Black women experiencing life, talking about different topics, and you're interested in just hearing differing of opinions from two dope females and who are open to criticism and open to learn and simply learn more about me. So I am definitely excited for that podcast in this next year, and I hope that you guys will tune in once it is up and running. My last resolution for the next year is to spend more time in the present rather than in the future. I feel like just all my life, I've been preparing for the future and what I need to do now in order for my future to be perfect or however I plan it. And it's just like, life really doesn't go as planned. And when you have that much expectation of yourself to affect the future, it definitely can have a mental effect on you. And it's really draining to really be focusing on the future, things that have not happened and that you can't control at the moment, no matter what you do now. So I want to spend more time just being here and not existing, but actually living my life like how I would love to live it. And to let all the unnecessary energy or just anything that's negative towards me, around me, just let it go. Like, there's so much more to life than to be stressed and to just think about what you can't control. I want to focus on what I can control and my emotions and how I react to different people and just living my life to the fullest. Literally. It goes with that living in my truth, living in the present, that all combines. If you can see throughout this video, everything that I was saying contributes. Well, they're all connected, interconnected in some type of way. And if you enjoyed these resolutions, or if you saw something that was like, oh, maybe that could be a resolution to me, definitely leave your comments in the comment box. I am so happy to be at 65 subscribers currently. That has been a jump since I've actually become more active on this page. I want to thank you all. If you enjoy my content, please comment, like, and subscribe, and turn that alert button on so that you can be notified when I post any of my videos on my channel. And there is so much more I see from my channel and more to grow. But once again, thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.
DJ Uzi.
And dope things arch your back.